When I think of a really tasty snack, many things spring to mind, but something that really ticks all the boxes for me is a fish finger sandwich. This is a pretty loose description and everyone has their own preferences. I'm not messing about. I'm baking some lovely fresh baps. I'm going to make my own tartar sauce and I'm going to fry some lovely cod. This is a banging dish. Let's get into it.
Right, ready for this then? Because I definitely am. To make these lovely little baps up, I'm going to start by weighing my flour, adding salt and olive oil to help enrichen it slightly, then use some lukewarm water and add in some active dried yeast. Use a spoon to mix all the ingredients together, then scrape out onto your worktop and knead. This is a nice little dough to work with. It starts out a bit sticky, but the more and more you move it around and knead to develop the gluten and elasticity, the smoother it will become. I knead this for nearly 10 minutes, then use my dough scraper to help shape and mould it. Shape into a ball, then back into your bowl and cover. Leave it until it at least doubles in size, which will take an hour or two depending on the temperature where it's proving. Next, I'm going to prepare this tartar sauce. Making your own will always be miles ahead of anything you can buy. It tastes amazing, trust me. The ingredients I'm using are shallot, capers and cornichons. Get all of these chopped up, you want them pretty fine. They all give something different. Also some of this parsley. This one can be roughly chopped, it doesn't need to be quite as fine as the others. Now add in the mayonnaise, olive oil, and the shallot, capers and cornichons. Give it a good mix and then add in the parsley. Just a dash of olive oil to loosen, then a good pinch of fresh lemon juice for the acidity, pinch of salt, and there you are. Homemade tartar sauce. Pretty easy, right? Back to the bread. You can see the yeast has been really active and this dough has grown quite a lot. I'm going to knot this back and shape into buns. I scoop out of the bowl, flatten down a little bit, being careful not to push all of the air out, and divide into 6. And then use my hand and tension from the work surface to shape. I coat these in flour, place on a non-stick mat on a large baking tray and cover for the second rise. You know you're ready to go when the dough starts to touch on the edges. Whilst this is happening, I'm going to prepare some cod. You could use other fish. Do go for a fish that is sustainably sourced and good quality. I picked this bit up and thought this is going to make great fish fingers. So I simply slice up into batons and away you go. Just a little bit of salt to remove any excess moisture. Within half an hour, 40 minutes, the rolls have increased in volume again and they're ready to be baked off. Bake at 230 degrees, then after 5 minutes or so, turn down to 210. They'll take between 12 and 15 minutes. Now I'll crack on with my breadcrumb mix for my fish fingers. This is literally some slightly stale bread that I'm using, always easier than anything freshly baked to make breadcrumbs. Blitz all of this up. Egg wash, pretty straightforward. Also a bit of plain flour in a bowl as well. These bread rolls are now baked so they can come out of the oven. Looking good, hey? Time to make these beautiful fish fingers up. Fish goes into the flour, coat evenly and shake off any excess, then into the egg, same again, shake off any excess, then into the breadcrumbs. Roll around to get a really good coverage. That's it, ready for frying. I've set up a shallow base pan which I'll pretty much fill with cooking oil and bring this up to a medium-high heat. When you think it's hot enough, drop in a breadcrumb and check out the colour. Then you can add your fish fingers. I would fry in batches as you don't want to overfill your pan. These will take around 5 to 7 minutes, turning regularly. Okay, I think we're ready. Take a freshly baked roll, cut in half, spread on the tartar sauce and a bit of pickled onion. Then add fish fingers on top. A few leaves of lettuce and a bit more sauce. What a treat.
So I think you'll agree, this is a really tasty snack. Making the bread baps, that is the perfect thing to put these fish fingers in. Making that tartar sauce, it's important this is nice and high in acidity so it cuts through the fish nicely. Also having that nice bit of mayonnaise adds that bit of creaminess. The fresh dill and fresh parsley are great too. Let's not wait any longer. I'm going to dive in for a taste. Right, how on earth do you pick this thing up? Here it goes. Okay, so slightly messy, but I'll tell you what, the flavours going on in there are amazing. It tastes really fresh and quite light actually. And even though we fried those fresh fingers, I think the salad, the pickles, the lovely creamy tartar sauce, they all work together. And there's a great combination going on in there. Delicious, absolutely amazing. Thank you for watching my video today. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you do like my content. And I'll see you next time.